Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Rite Publishing video blog. My name is Stephen Russell, here to talk today about something that happens a lot in behind the scenes when you're dealing with the tabletop RPG publishing. It's a bit of a gag with some people. We talk about it with publishers and so forth behind the scenes, is the fact that the reward for good work is more work. If you do a really good job, then you're going to get more work. If you do a really bad job, then you're the last person I'm going to talk to. I'd rather take a chance on a brand new artist who's never, made a tragic mistake or major error than work with somebody who's unreliable or just generally does horrible work. One of the things I wanted to deal with is the fact that I wanted to stop that with Rite Publishing. I didn't want the reward to always be more work. I wanted the reward to be monetary. So, one of our big things was to make sure that people got paid and got paid on time, and that we're always trying to work to increase that level of pay so that it becomes so that we reach a better standard in the industry for our payment. I started out as a freelancer, so I understood the pain and suffering that freelancers go through, and I wanted to make sure that they didn't continue to suffer from that. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is the simple fact that beyond monetary, we just don't say thank you enough. We don't talk about the people who produce the great works of tabletop RPG. There's some companies who don't even put the name of the lead designer on the cover, and I'm very much against that. I really think that name needs to be there. You need that level of recognition. We need to talk about who the cover artist is. I know there's some trepidation that you're worried that somebody's going to steal that artist away. It's been my experience that every artist I've worked with that we've treated with respect, that we've paid on time, that we've talked to, humanely and dealt with as important people, and that we've helped promote them, they remember that, and they will come back and remember to treat you with respect as a publisher. So one of the things I want to do on the video blog is talk a little bit every once in a while about somebody who just does some really astounding work as a way to say thank you, and to let other publishers out there know about them. So today we're going to talk about Jonathan Roberts. And to talk about Jonathan is to really get into cartography. I first met Jonathan Roberts, or came across his work, when Rite Publishing was first getting started. We knew we wanted to do our first adventure for Monty Cook's Arcana Evolved, and it was going to be called The Living Airship, and it was going to be written by the Annie Award-winning designer Soren K. Thrustup, and who's a really talented designer in and is a really talented designer and a good friend of mine, and he really is another reason that we even have Rite Publishing. But getting back to Jonathan, we found his work online. He was one of the people who submitted to us when we were soliciting for an artist on RPG.net for cartography. He was within our meager price range at the time, being somebody who was just interested in creating great art and getting paid for it, and creating really great maps. And one of the people that I had worked with early on took a look at his work and recommended it to me. A guy who ran a little game company called Pencil Pusher Publishing, Randy, who was just a really great guy, and I had worked with as a freelancer, and I had worked with him on the Wheel of Time role-playing game called, his screen name was AS in the Red, and he ran Call the Horn, which I did a lot of submissions to. So I really appreciated his insight into Jonathan's work, and it was probably the best move I've ever made. Just the very first set of maps he gave us were just really great, because we had to do these 3 levels of tiers to the living airship to really give you a look at where you wanted it to be. It was just a lovely set of maps inside a very Airwolf like mountain where you could go down inside of it with an airship. And as we went on, the next thing we used him on was the Witch's Choice, and he really pushed me as a designer to create better and better terrain features, because his maps are just so gorgeous. If you ever get a chance, you should go to the Fantastic Maps line and take a look at one of the very first ones that we did with Jonathan, which is the glass balcony. And the only thing I could really just say about it is, yeah, it's that beautiful. There are several in the Fantastic Maps line that Jonathan does for us. The ship's graveyard is gorgeous. The Dragon's Lair is extremely useful and beautiful. There are many like that, but I still come back to the glass balcony every time and just look at his use of color and his use of just the flowing water, and just everything that I wanted in that map is in there. And there's a lot of useful maps out there as well that go along with that. Another really great one to look at is the Ice Temple, which has a waterfall that comes off and then comes down, and trapped inside this frozen waterfall along this mountainside is a dragon frozen inside of it. That's what I was saying when I saw it. It was just gorgeous, and it's really great to lay out when you fully print it out in color or even black and white, and just lay it down across your table in the printed out format and let your players walk on top of a frozen dragon. They really have this great level of trepidation. Well, Jonathan's also just recently completed some really wonderful maps, which you'll be seeing here soon. It's the Fantastic Map line releases here. All the work he's done on the breaking of 4-star Nagar, which is written by Ben McFarland, another ENnie winning game designer. But Jonathan Roberts was really the lead on this. I had to do very, very little as a publisher I had to do the administration, I had to set up the website, I had to set up the forums, I had to manage the financing, but Jonathan was really the full-blown developer. He was the one who recruited the interior artist Tyler Bartley. He was the one who recommended James Hazlett, Devin Knight, to come in and do the beautiful tokens that we have in this. They're just gorgeous, and I really love them. There's just so much in this that is truly there and is Jonathan's work, and the maps are so huge. And then he came in and did all the coding afterwards. He's really just put so much into this project. I couldn't say more about how pleased I am, how beautiful it is. I'm looking forward to getting to run in a demo that he's going to do for me, so that I can get a full appreciation for it. Because just looking at the quick start tutorial, that again he put something else together for it, which is just gorgeous. And we've had a tremendous amount of positive feedback for breaking of 4-star Nagar's video quick start tutorial for Map Tool, and all of the reviews that are coming in are 5-star. I think we have 4 5-star reviews now as of this recording. So it's really something I think everyone should check out, is the Fantastic Maps line, and now what I think is probably going to be a masterpiece for him. If not at least a masterwork, if not his masterpiece, is going to be the breaking of 4-star Nagar, and I think everybody should play through this. And if you've got friends online that have moved away, I think this is the perfect tool for that, and that it really engages the digital community in a way that hasn't been done before by a third-party publisher. It's just really, he's just so talented and so gifted, and just a real all-around nice guy that I've enjoyed working with, extremely reliable. There's nobody else I lean on more probably than Jonathan, especially when it comes to maps. So today was me talking a bit about him and wanting to say thank you, and I will talk to everyone later, and please check out the work of Jonathan Roberts. Good day. Bye.